Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to day 17 of Build a Store in 70 days. 70 days, well, build a store in 21 days. It's not bad still if you think about it, 70 days, but build a store in 21 days. We're now at day 17. I'm just going to wait for people to join us in the challenge because this challenge is being hosted on within inside a Facebook group. So I'm just going to wait for people to join in. And today we're going to be talking about setting up customer service. Let me just change this a little bit. So while I wait for people to join in, whoever is joining in right now, let me know in the comments if you hear me well, if all is well. What's up, Ali? Good to see you, man. All right. You hear me well, Ali? Just making sure that you're the first one to be logging in, and I just started the video a little bit too early. Perfect. Excellent, perfect. I'm actually happy with this camera I got, and I'm also liking this microphone. So if you remember, those who have purchased my last course, I conducted the course I coached it live, and I was using a different type of microphone. Unfortunately, it just broke, and I decided to buy this one called the Blue Yeti. Not bad. Loving the sound. I feel that there's not a lot of echo, and if there are any additional sounds in the place, in the apartment, the condo, or someone making sound in another room, you just don't hear it. So loving it so far. Excellent. So I'm seeing people join in. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. If you're celebrating Easter, happy Easter. If you're celebrating Passover, happy Passover. And for those I know that are celebrating Ramadan soon, it's coming. So happy Ramadan soon. So all the religions are celebrating something. Great. I'm seeing people join in. Perfect. And in the meantime, I'm going to just make sure that everything is set up on my side so that we cover today's topic. Should be a simple topic as well. And we'll do my best. I always say that. I'll do my best to do it really fast and get you out of here so you can spend the rest of the day with the family. All right. Excellent. Mohammed Khalil is here. Miss Penny. Is it Birkin or Bursin? I'm not sure. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing it properly. So welcome, though. Some new faces. Excellent. Well, let's get started. I don't want to take up more time. Today's topic is going to be all about customer service. And customer service is obviously a very important topic within e-commerce because it's also a great way for you to differentiate yourself from other competitors out there in the space because a lot of times, if you really think about it, whenever we receive amazing customer service from a store, a brand, or anyone, a restaurant, we tend to share our experience with people that we know, whether it's friends, family, you name it. And the idea that customer service is critical in business applies also to e-commerce. And yes, we don't see our customers face-to-face. We don't interact with them face-to-face unless we have a boutique, we have a store presence. But overall, a lot of the communications are going to be done over email, chat, phone. Nonetheless, it is very, very important for you to deliver a satisfactory customer experience for your shoppers so that they make sure that, you know what, they enjoy it and eventually they come back and you retain them as long-term customers. So a couple of tips that I would like to cover before we get started. Now, whenever you're thinking about setting up customer service, the one thing is you need to aim for excellent service. Over-deliver on what is expected of you when it comes to communication, when it comes to taking care of customer issues, answering questions on time, processing returns, refunding customers, updating orders, you name it. Aim for delivering top-notch customer service because I can't guarantee it because I don't like making a guarantee just like that, but I haven't seen a company that provides top-notch customer service not succeed unless the product sucks. But usually if the product is not good, then customer service is going to be dealing with a lot of problems. But overall, I believe that if you aim for top-notch customer service, you will truly succeed. Obviously, within means. Like, you don't try to over-deliver to a point that it starts costing the business a lot of money, but you really need to find a good balance. But always aiming for top-notch customer service is a great practice. If there's one company I would recommend that there's a book about it. It's called Zappos.com. I forgot the name of the book. Zappos book. Delivering on Happiness. So highly recommend this book if you were to consider learning about the ways that Zappos grew and eventually Amazon purchased them. So they acquired them. Again, very nice customer service mindset they have in the company. You could learn a lot from that book. So aim for top-notch, excellent service. That's the first thing. Now, there's a couple of things you may want to consider in terms of how to communicate with customers. Number one, it is expected of you to communicate, obviously, by email. I mean, if you're dealing in e-commerce, there's no way to conduct business without having email as your primary channel for communication. That's how we send our invoices. That's how we communicate order shipments. Yes, we are able now to communicate order information via, let's say, text, SMS, or Facebook Messenger. But these are additional channels that are available to e-commerce businesses. But the main channel for communication still remains to be email. So that's why it's very important for you to provide email support to your customers. The second way to communicate with customers is live chat. If you're getting started, you already have an advantage against big companies because of the fact that some of these big companies have a lot of traffic, and if they were to provide live chat, this means they need to put a lot of employees to make sure that they can answer customers. In your case right now, you're getting started. So it's a great way to differentiate yourself by making sure you provide live chat on your website. Again, it creates trust and confidence because if somebody comes into the website, you're making it very easy for them to find answers, or just to make sure that there is actually someone behind this website. There's actually a real company behind it. And all they do is pop up the live chat, ask you a couple of questions, and immediately you can answer them on the spot. So it's just another way of increasing trust and confidence when people visit your website. Another way to communicate with clients is to provide phone support. Now, there's two ways of going at it. You could For me, if I go to any website and I put in a 1-800 and I see a 1-800 in the header or anywhere in the contact information, I feel good about it. I feel that this is a credible site, and especially when you see a toll-free number. A lot of companies don't do it, especially the ones that are just getting started, because they worry about, I'm going to start getting a lot of calls. People are just going to waste I have to pay for all these long distance fees. You know what? Think about it. If you're worried about that, then you haven't put enough time in creating quality product and also a website that's going to answer to a lot of the questions that people have when they start browsing your products. But if you were to follow this challenge itself, you saw that we've covered a lot of the things that need to be done so that it improves the shopping experience. Things like adding a help page, frequently asked questions, making sure your policies, whether it's your returns policy, shipping policy, all that information is visible on the website so people don't bother calling you. The only time usually customers will call you is if they need specific clarifications about a product. They have maybe questions about it. They're checking up on an order, but these are typical in e-commerce. But at the same time, you shouldn't worry about people calling you all the time, especially when you have so many tools that can allow you to specify the hours of operation, and we're going to cover those. So providing phone support is another great advantage for someone like you who's just getting started versus a large company who may automate the whole process, and they don't want customers to call them because they can't handle the volume and the amount of people that may be calling them directly. So you have an advantage. Just be strategic in how you go about using phones as part of the business, and we'll cover a couple of tools to help you out. The fourth way to provide customer service is obviously mailing a mailing address. Now, you could put your home. Try to use a local, like a PO box or some sort of mailbox locally here. There are a lot of companies and post offices that provide this. That's one way to go about it. Or you put in your warehouse. Whatever it is, putting a mailing address is also good because sometimes your returns are going to go there. If someone wants to return a product, or you might have undeliverable packages that may never reach your customers, and you want to make sure you get them back. And so this way you contact these customers. Sometimes you might get people sending you a letter. You have that. It does happen. Not a lot, though. So again, it's just another way of making sure that the business is credible, is by providing a mailing address, a location where people can reach out to you. It doesn't mean that they're going to come visit you, but having that there as a location, physical location, can really help improve the trust in your brand. And the last thing that you need to consider is all of this information we covered today: email support, live chat, phone support, mailing address, your hours of operation, where you're located, and anything specific to customer service. Make sure to display that information inside your store. So places like your help pages, your contact pages, all of this information we talked about, make sure it's being communicated so that you deliver a top-notch customer service, and you simply make it easy for customers to reach out to you if there is a need. So that's it. That's what you need to remember when it comes to customer service. And now I'm going to kind of show you a couple of ways of going about each of those methods of communication. So email, live chat, phone support, and the mailing address. So let me go inside the store. Any questions, as always, make sure you put them in the comments and I'll handle them. Happy Easter, Felicitas. All right, so let's go in. If you go inside the Facebook group for this challenge, click on day 17. Only a couple of days left. So set up customer service. I created a task in there for the specific things that you need to do today. And you need to go inside the toolbox. So click on the link. This morning, I added a couple of additional slides again. And for those who have missed this, every time I update the toolbox, the third slide includes the date. So today's date, because that's when I updated. So at least you know if I've added something new. So if I go on slide 35, let's talk about email. There's a couple of ways of going at it. If you're launching an online store, again, for this challenge, I'm trying to minimize the cost associated with launching an online store. My recommendation, if you're limited on funds, you really don't want to spend any money, and you want to use what you have currently at your disposal, then use a simple Gmail address. That's all it is. So you could use Gmail or Outlook. Any email free service could work. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, for people that want to have a separate email address where it says support or help at yourdomainname.com. So let's say help at myyogastore.com, then you will need to pay for such service. Now, to simplify things, and especially for Shopify, I recommend you go with Google Gmail, the paid version. So it's called Google Cloud. And what you get is not only, this is Canadian, so it's about, I think, $5 or $6 US. What you get is your own email. You can set up the whole domain name. You can get additional space. You can chat with customers, whatever you have more space in Google Drive. Again, you just get additional features in addition to a business email that allows you to have something like help at yourstorename.com. It just looks more professional. And usually that's the approach we recommend to get started. Going through Google is just simple, and it connects easily with Shopify. One thing I forgot to add, so let me just Google Cloud Shopify email. I'm going to add, let me see, Google Gmail for Shopify. There's a link. Perfect. So I'm going to put this here so that it allows you to, it's going to give you a lot of information on how to set up a Google Gmail account. And it's right here. So whoever's on the page, you can click on this link and you're going to get the help file. So that's the approach I would go. You could use a simple free email, or if you really want to have your help at domainname.com, then purchase something like a Google. You can find a lot of services. GoDaddy has its own and that, but I'm just leaving everything within Shopify and Google as much as possible for the challenge. Now, setting this up is very simple. That's all. Really, there's nothing to it. Now, you could technically, since you have an email address inside your store, what you need to make sure is you update your information. So I'm going to go inside the store. I think there's one in preferences. No. So I'm going to go in settings, and then I'm going to go in general. Perfect. Yeah. So I have the warehouse, let's say here, and I can put in my store contact information here, my customer service email here. So what email should you go with? Usually I say don't put something like support or info. Avoid those because those are typical that they trigger the spam bots whenever someone, let's say, tries to email you from that. Avoid that. So try to use something like help@yourdomain.com or hello@yourdomain.com. That's better. It's just a lot better to deal with going forward. And you may not end up in the spam folder. So help@yourdomainstore.com is a great practice. And make sure you update that information right here so that remember we created a contact us page earlier on. The contact us page, there is a form on this page. So let me go on the website. If I click on contact, notice how the form is already here. If someone fills this form, it will automatically forward this message to that email address that you've entered inside the settings. So that's why there's not much to do when it comes to email. That's all you need there. Now, what if you start getting a lot of emails? And usually that happens. You start shipping many orders now. The volumes increase. Customers are asking, and you're doing really, really well. You might lose control inside your inbox. And you start getting so many emails that's hard to keep up and organize yourself, and Gmail may become a challenge. You won't be dealing with any challenges if you're getting 5 emails a day. What I'm talking about is really, let's say, 50 emails and over, even 30 emails and more. The reason why you will need a software to manage this is so that you keep track of all of these tickets, these issues that arise by customer. Because sometimes you will reply to a customer and they will email you back. Or you may have multiple people doing your customer service and you can't track it all from one inbox. You want to make sure that your employee wants to use his own email or her own email. You might need a different software. So I included something. If you go on slide number 36, Zendesk is a known software that people use for managing email communications. Every ticket that comes in gets assigned a ticket number. And then from there, you're able to track things, manage your reports, keep track of performance, ask customers if they like the service or not. All that stuff is there. So Zendesk, I believe the basic version of it is like $9 per user. And you can use your Google email inside there and just connect the whole thing. Again, that's more advanced. For the challenge, you don't have to do all this. But again, I just want to make sure you guys are aware of it. What I usually recommend every time you buy or you're thinking about getting a software is to make sure that these tools are integrated easily inside Shopify. So the way you go about it is you click on apps inside your store. And then what you could do is visit the App Store on Shopify, almost like an Apple App Store. And in here, for example, I'm going to look for, you can go about it email. You will get a bunch of tools for marketing and all that. But in this case, I'm looking for customer service. And you can browse by category. So I know that Zendesk is here. And you'll see how Zendesk has an app that you can install. And then you have full support. Now, there are a lot of softwares out there for email. So again, I'm just pushing one on you because I've used it. It's very simple, it's affordable as well. Okay. Any questions about email so far? We're going to go. The next thing is live chat. So that's for email. The next thing is for live chat. There's not much you could do on live chat other than just making sure that you look for a tool. So the tool I recommend to start with is called Tidio Chat. And there is a free version of it. There are limitations in terms of how many chats can you do at the same time. There's certain things, but the free version will work. There's also an app for your phone. So if you're worried about, oh, what if I provide live chat, but I'm not on my laptop, or there's an app for your smartphone that allows you to easily answer a person and on the fly respond to them through the Tidio Chat. So that's something I've installed even for my dad. And in the middle of the night, sometimes people come to the website and they're asking questions. It's as if he gets like an SMS. So in the end, he just launches the Tidio app, answers the customer, and that's it. And sometimes it converts into a sale because people have questions as they browse your website. So the tool I recommend is Tidio. And the way you would go about it, again, very simple to install. And it makes you look professional too. So you go again inside your app store, you click on the Visit Shopify App Store, and you're going to come to this page. You can Tidio, and right here, and look at the reviews, 800, and just add the app. When you add an app, very simple, again, couple of clicks, click add, it's gonna give you a message right here. Do you allow it? Yes. Remember, any other tool, they may charge you. Right now, this tool is free for the basic version. So I install the app. Give it a couple of seconds. And that's it. Then I start configuring everything. So I can say I want that. So I'm going to choose a color like this. Perfect. I go next. I put in all my information. It's an online store. Put in your email address. Accept the terms and conditions. Next. Send them a discount in exchange for their emails. You can even automate the chatbot. So as soon as they arrive on the website, you can immediately show a text and says, oh, would you like to save money in exchange for their email? So again, you're building your email list. That's a great way. Or you can just say hello. So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to say hello right now and you can customize the message. Next. Please wait. Excellent. The password has been sent to me. So I'm just going to put in something. And there you have it. Password has been changed. All there. I can add it. There we go. So if I go to the store, let me just make sure, because they've changed a couple of things. I'm going to go back to my store. Right here. Technically, it should show up right here, unless I have to do something else to enable it. Oh, it's right here. And there you go. Hi there. If you need assistance, and I can say, hello, I have a question. What happened? Okay. It asks you for an email if you want. You can remove this. Don't make it mandatory to get started. So inside Tidio, oh, you saw what happened right now. I wouldn't put in that you must give an email address unless you're giving them a coupon. But in this case, I would remove it. And then immediately, as I'm inside here, there is a visitor. So I see someone came in right here. And obviously, you just have to remove this. So I'm going to go in to see if I could remove this. Quick responses. Hello there. I wish they don't make it required because notifications, preferences, I'm sure maybe there's something here. Anyways, if I'll try to welcome message. All right, it's not a, okay, skip. Oh, right here. So first time on the website, people will get this message. Let me edit. Let me see if I can turn off. I have no idea what they did, so I need to really go inside. Anyways, very simple. It's easy. It's not hard. I just have to go somewhere, find out how to disable the email, and you're good to go. But you saw how easy that was to install on your website, and you immediately have it there. You know what? Let me just give them my email. There you go. I have a question. I go back here, and immediately you see right here, I got notified that there is a question right here. And what's cool about it is I see everything about this customer, their IP address, their location. With this, hello, I have a question. How may I help you? And if I go back to the website, I'm talking to myself, and there you go. You can put your picture, make it look personal. Again, you're trying to add the human element to the website, and live chat really helps with that. So that's live chat. Let's move on to the next thing, which is phone support. So when it comes to phone support, there's a couple of ways of going at it. You could use your regular phone. I don't recommend it unless you want your phone number to be out there on the internet. You may want to consider getting something, a separate phone just for that, for your online business, but that forwards to your cell phone, for example. So there's a couple of approaches on how you can go about dealing with this. Now, there is something called Google Voice. It is available to specific, I believe, US and Canada. And what's nice about it is it comes automatically. I believe it's only available through people that buy let's say a business account. Just how I explained it to you, Gmail. You pay for a business account on Gmail. You have access to Google Voice, and you could use it all together. Again, that's one option, and the prices are not that expensive. You get a lot of features. There are certain restrictions for you to consider. So Google Voice is just an option, and you can forward it to your phone and take care of that. There is another option, a tool I've used for many, many years, Grasshopper. And Grasshopper allows you to get a toll-free number, and you can find something like a vanity toll-free number. So 1-800 My Yoga Store, for example. You just pay extra for those. But with this product here, you also have the opportunity of having a separate phone number with a voicemail, automatically forwards the voicemails in MP4, MP3 format to your inbox, and you get all of this stuff, forwarding, incoming, instant welcome messages. It looks very, very professional. And the best part is, you can set the customer service schedule in there. So if, let's say, you want to accept calls only from 9 to 5, you can set that up inside Grasshopper so that you don't get any call after 5 o'clock, and customers will be immediately redirected to, let's say, your voicemail, and they can leave you a message there. So again, there's a lot of flexibility. It makes you look very, very professional. And what's also nice about it, let's say you're working on your store with your wife, and let's say you're at work and your wife sometimes is not busy, or vice versa. You can make Grasshopper forward the call first to you. If you don't answer, it will get forwarded to your spouse or your husband, whoever it is, and then someone will pick it up. And if eventually no one picks up, the customer is sent to a voicemail, all with beautiful music in the background. You can even upload your own voiceovers. So if you want to welcome people to the store, I even use, if you don't like your voice, there's a website called voices.com. You can hire someone. It's a marketplace for voices. You can hire someone to read a script for you, and they will send you the recording, so you can use that as the welcome message on your voicemail. So that's also another option. The last thing that we want to set up is the mailing address. So I don't have anything online to recommend. There are services that allow you to buy an online, online mailing service, virtual mail. There was something that you could do so that anytime mailbox. There, you see this right now, you can get yourself a mailbox that automatically forwards all the mail to your home, or vice versa. So there are available tools online that you could use, or you can simply go to the local mailbox, the post office, and eventually rent from them a mailbox that you would go there, check it out, or you can have a service that they forward it immediately to you. There are a lot of services that you can go with to have an actual physical address other than your home. So that's the approach I would go about. And the last thing is, we've gathered all this information. What do we do next? We have to make sure we update the website. So a couple of things. Turn off this chat. I go inside the store and I make sure that all of this contact information is visible. First of all, I need to make sure on our Contact Us page, I add this information. So for example, here, I'm just going to put in our customer service team is available Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 1-800, and the phone number. Why I'm not getting phone numbers right? 800 this, or simply send us a message by completing form. And I save that. And automatically, if I go back to the store and I click on contact, the information is right here. There you have it. I would also add the address on this page. So again, it adds more credibility. And that's where usually people, I don't know, I have so many windows open. Let me just close. Okay, perfect. You can put here, for example, address, city, country info. Okay. Mailing address. It's in bold. This right here. All good. And save that. So now I don't usually put the email address. I like to have people fill out the contact form because I don't want any bots or spam bots come into the website, crawl it, and take that email address, and then I start getting bombarded. I avoid putting the email address there. I'm not hiding it, but I'm giving customers a way for them to simply immediately fill out the form, and I get that. And when they start buying from you, the reply address will be, for example, help@yourstore.com. So it's not like you're hiding it from them. And I'm offering live chat, telephone, all those means of communicating. So that's also a good thing. So if I refresh this page, notice how everything is here. Looks professional. And you can put, again, a picture of your customer service team if you want to add more personality to it. Now, I also recommend that you update the help page. So we've added all the customer service stuff there, but usually people might end up going to help first. So you may want to put all this information as well here, or, which we've already done, put in the information about when is the office open when it comes to customer service. But if they want to reach out to you, click on the contact us. So you don't have to update it in two places. So let's say somebody comes to the website, they have a question, they click on help right here. Immediately they see everything. Oh, you know what? Let me contact them. I have a question right here. They have a couple of options. They know what time we're open, what number to call, our mailing address, and a form for them to fill out so that they can send us an email. And that is it. So that's obviously what your task is today. Make sure you set up all of your customer service, go inside the toolbox, get access to all these tools to help you build it out. But again, I showed you how you can use just a simple Gmail, a free account, a phone number. You can get something like a Google Voice. And from there, you set up all of your customer service the right way so that you look professional and you're able to deliver top-notch service to your customers. Any questions about anything we've covered today before I let you guys go and enjoy your time with the family? Felicitas, lots of tools. Yes, you're welcome. Look, at the end of the day, I know that the tools make a big impact on your business, and I'm just sharing the ones I'm more familiar with. There are a lot more out there. I've even created the toolbox that has like 375 plus tools. So there's a lot of tools, but those ones that I'm sharing inside this challenge are more than enough to help you get started. And also they make you look professional so that you're able to grow the business. Any other questions? Don't forget to like the video. I always forget to say that. It's just so that, people see it in the feed as they're browsing in the group. So I don't see any more questions. All's good. Nope, all good. Well, if there are no questions, then tomorrow we'll remind you a couple of things. So tomorrow there's no more fixing the website and all that stuff. We're done. We're actually going into digital marketing. So tomorrow we're going to start setting up the Facebook account. We're going to just set up a page. I'm just going to give you high-level things that you need to do. So setting up Facebook. On Tuesday, we're going to take care of Instagram. Wednesday, we're going to take care of email marketing, the most important one. And the last day, which is I believe Thursday, we're doing the analytics. So we're just going to set up analytics. I'll show you what to update in your store so that later on, as you launch your store, you're able to track what people do on your website so you can improve it, because only when you measure it, you can improve it. So make sure you go inside the units. And those who don't know still, make sure to update the tasks so that you keep track of your progress. So you've attended today, just click on done, like it. And then this is the task. When you're done, like it and click on done. And you're done with this so that you can move on to the next unit. One last time, checking in to see if any questions. Nope, I don't see anything. So great. Thanks again for attending today's session, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Happy Easter. And for those who are off tomorrow, enjoy your day off. Nonetheless, we're going to be back online. We're going to do this again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you. Take care and have a nice rest of your day. Take care.